If you love playing MTGO, please make sure you check out my sponsors in the description below. Mana Traders, I've got a sweet discount code. Just head there and you can start playing whatever deck you want. Hey everyone, Matt from Total MTG here, and it's the first deck tech of the week, and it's my first Guilds of Ravnica brew. So what have I got for you this week? It is going back to one of my favourite builds from the Rotation Proof series, which was Black-Green Control, but now it's the same deck name, but I'm calling it Golgari Control, because this is all about guilds, this new set, and Golgari Control is my first brew. So we're going to start off by looking at the spells, 25 in total. We have 10 creatures and there's 25 lands in this deck. So we're starting off with a 4 of Divest. Target player reveals their hand, you get to choose an artifact or a creature card, and then they have to discard that card. Great turn 1 play to get to look at what your opponent's playing, and then potentially get rid of an important artifact, or maybe a creature as well, and just dump it into their graveyard. The next 4 of is probably the most powerful card in Standard at the moment from the new set Guilds of Ravnica. It's Assassin's Trophy. We get great removal now being in black and green, and that's what's going to make this control deck very, very strong. 4 of Assassin's Trophy, destroy target permanent, so it gets lands, gets planeswalkers, gets creatures, gets enchantments, gets absolutely everything, and they do get to search for a basic land. But for 2 mana instant speed, so they're already saying on Twitter ban this card, but it's far too early. Maybe it will, later on in January, or I think they're not sure when the next banner release. There was one today, but obviously it wasn't touched because we've only just got the card. But it's very powerful, and I know it's expensive, but it has to go in there as a 4 of. The next piece of removal we've got lots of it, is Cast Down. We've only got 2 of these. Destroy target non-legendary creature. 2 mana instant speed, early removal. Doesn't do legendary creatures, obviously, but it will take care of a lot of creatures in the format. Even more removal is Ritual of Soot from Guilds of Ravnica. Destroy all creatures with coveted mana cost 3 or less. This is very interesting. It's going to help us early game, I think. All our 10 creatures are all above the 3 CMC cost, so we've got no worry if we have to play this later. It's not going to destroy any of our creatures. This will help you in the early games, hopefully Boros aggro or anything like that, or Selesnya has not killed us already, and we get to that turn 4, and then we can just destroy their creatures, because a lot of them will be obviously under the 3 mana or less. The next piece of removal, 4 mana instant speed, does exile a creature or planeswalker, which is very good with obviously the graveyard strategies that could be coming out. And we do gain a 2 life as well, which is all important. We do run 3 Vraska's Contempts. The next spell we've got is a 4 of Treasure Map. I do love this card. Early play as well. It only costs 2 mana. You pay 1 and you get to scry 1 and put a landmark counter on the map. Then if there are 3 or more landmark counters, you get to remove them and then transform it and create 3 colourless artifacts, which you can sacrifice to add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. And when it does go to the Treasure Cove, you can either add 1 colourless mana or sack a treasure and draw a card, which is very sweet for, us in these colours, and it could help maybe draw us into something very, very sweet. But Treasure Map, I really do like, and it's definitely performing. Before, obviously, made the changes, when I had it as just the black-green deck, this was performing very, very well when I put it in. So we're going to have Planeswalkers and Black-Green. What does that shout out to you? It shouts out Vraska. So we've got 3 Vraska Golgari Queens in there, the new one from Guilds. You may sacrifice another permanent if you do gain 1 life and draw a card is the +2. It does come in with 4 loyalty, so that will boost you straight up to 6 loyalty already. The -3, destroy target non-land permanents with coveted mana cost 3 or less. Suspends of abrupt decay, doesn't it? Sounds pretty cool to me. The -9 is the emblem. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. That is one hell of a win con for us. We'll be keeping this battlefield clear with all of our removal. We're going to have some big creatures there, hopefully. We've got a little hexproof one there. In fact, we've got more than 1 hexproof. We've got 2 creatures that are hexproof. So they'll be very, very hard to deal with. And we just need them to get through a bit of damage to win the game with Vraska Golgari Queen. The other one is Vraska Relic Seeker, which has a nice little win con with the -10, where a target player's life total becomes 1. We just need to do 1 damage then if we don't, 1 damage win the game, or just 1, do any damage and win the game. That's what these Vraskas will do for us. This does cost 6 mana and comes in with 6 loyalty, but it does protect itself in making some 2/2 black pirate tokens. And the -3 is destroy artifact, creature, or enchantment, and then you get to create a colourless treasure artifact that will sack for any mana of 1 colour.
which is very, very nice as well. Lots of synergy in this deck. The Vraska is going to work very well with the removal. We've got ways to protect ourselves, and we've got two minus, got an emblem and a -10 effect on the other Vraska that can certainly win you the game. So let's get to our creatures now. 10 creatures in total. They all do something good and cool, and Ravenous Chupacabra is the first one. When it ends the battlefield, destroy target creature and opponent controls. So not only can we do it with our instants and sorceries destroying, we're going to do it with our creatures as well. We then have a 3 of Vine Mare, our first hexproof creature, 5/3, can't be boxed by black creatures, and has the all-important hexproof, like I say. I love this horse, it's absolutely amazing, and this, they won't be able to remove it if we can get this through and do the damage. This could be the one that wins us the game as well. From Guilds of Ravnica, we got a 2 of Doom Whisperer, big. This was like my number 2 card in my rares from the set. Cost 5 mana, 6/6 flying trample. You can pay 2 life and surveil 2 if you want as well. But a 6/6 flying trample for 5, that does it for me. We've also got 2 Carnage Tyrants, another one with hexproof, and it also has trample, which is very important in case you need to get that bit of damage through with our emblem Vraskas. Carnage Tyrant can't be countered, so it'll be great against all those, if there's going to be lots of control decks of the blue variety, which I probably will be making a few myself, so don't worry. But I have started off with Golgari here, because this, with hexproof creatures, absolutely the most epic removal in the set. Black-green control, I think, can be very, very powerful. So let's have a look at the land base now. We got a really cool land back into this. We got the shock lands back. But before that, we got Arch of Orazca as a one-off. And we've also got Detection Tower as a one-off as well. 3 Field of Ruin are there that can, sacrifice, destroy target non-basic land. Helps us against, flipped Azcanters and stuff like that. You know what Field of Ruin does. Then we've got a couple of Golgari Guildgate. And like I said, Overgrown Tomb is back. So we've got a 4 of them in there. Great to have the Shocklands back. A 4 of Woodland Cemetery. And we've got some basics, forests and swamps. And then a couple of Memorial to Folly. The ability on this where you can sacrifice it to return target creature card from your graveyard to hand is very good. Any creature of ours that is actually still in the graveyard, we won't mind getting back. Carnage Tyrant, Doom Whisperer, Vine Mare, Chupacabra. They're all absolutely great creatures, can help in ways, and the others can win games as well. So before I get to the sideboard, you can see what the plan of this deck is. It does what black does. It destroys everything in its path. Occasionally it's going to cost you some life because that's what black does. It doesn't care about that. It just wants to destroy. And then we've got green there that's big, powerful creatures that have hexproof. Cracking removal in Assassin's Trophy, Vraska's Contempt, and then we've got our Vraska's Planeswalkers as well to hopefully win the games. It's just a lot of great themes in this deck, and the black-green colours are very, very strong, and we've got probably some of the most powerful cards in Standard in this deck. So let's get to the sideboard now, starting off with one of my favourite cards. I just think it's going to be really good in current Standard. Deathcore Scavenger is in there as a 3-of. Can attack graveyard strategies, can gain your life and can become bigger as well. 3 mana dinosaur that can just get bigger and do stuff. Absolutely epic, and in there as a 3-of. We have Deadweight back, an enchantment that gives something -2/2 for 1 mana. Very, very nice. We've lost Fatal Push. This isn't obviously in that kind of class at all. But it's nice to have another 1 mana removal spell, or maybe we just want to shrink something down. We've got a 4 of Duress where we can just attack opponent's hand and get rid of important cards for them, maybe Planeswalkers and stuff like that. And a Sentinel Totem we've got as a 2 of, another way to attack graveyards, but this time you get to exile them all, which is obviously very important. And it's got the ability of scrying 1, and it only costs 1 mana as well. Pretty cool. Argyle's Bloodfast is there just as a 1-of as well. And we have an extra cast down, destroying target non-legendary creature. And to help us with, maybe a bit of enchantments or creatures with flying, a 2 of Crushing Canopy. I like the double ability on this. You get to choose one. Instant speed, really, really good. And it's a pretty sweet card. So that's my first Guilds of Ravnica brew, guys. It's Golgari Control. What do you think of it? Yes, Assassin's Trophy is very, very expensive at the moment, but it's probably always going to be. But you can't just not have it in a deck because of that, because it's just absolutely amazing. It's insane, that card. And while we've still got it in Standard, I'm going to put it in the brews when it's got these colours because it's just so good. But we've got great creatures in there, hexproof creatures that are going to be really hard to deal with. Doom Whisperer, very sweet card. A pig flying trample demon. What's not to love about that? And then, like I said, we've got the Vraska, pair of Vraska planeswalkers that can just win games with their emblems or just their big minus as well. This deck just looks super, super fun to play, and I really can't wait to test it a lot more than I have already. Let me know what you think of the deck. Probably the next deal, because I put up a tweet on Twitter about which guild did you want to see first on the deck take, and Golgari did win, but Dimir was a very, very close second. So I'll probably do a Dimir one next. Blue-black, I've already started it. I've got some crazy sort of discard surveil deck sort of being brewed up, and hopefully I'll get that done ready for Thursday's deck tech. Anyway, guys, if you are new to us here, or if you've been watching for a while, please hit that subscribe button. Less than 50 away, I think, now from 5,000 subs, so I'll get another sweet giveaway going then. And if you liked what you see today, hitting that like button always supports the channel for free as well. Anyway, guys, you lot take care. The next video will be out on Thursday, so I'll see you all then.